welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Michelle. Oh my goodness, I'm late as usual. Things be happening in the background, but I am late. I couldn't help but notice that the passport bros are losing. Yeah, they are losing. And let me be clear, it's not a crime for anyone to go to another country and do whatever it is they do. But it was disrespectful for them to diss American women while doing so. These are the same men who say they don't want to pay for dinner, that American women are not soft, friendly, what is it, feminine, friendly, and fit. They're not, submissive. Well, it looks like you're going to those countries where women are beautiful, but they are not by any means a stretch of the imagination feminine, fit, friendly, or submissive, cooperative. Not by a long shot. In fact, and I thought this when I was watching all these passport pros wave uh, their passports online, that these are some of these deadly sins of traveling. You don't announce what you're there for. You don't announce yourself in this way. You go discreetly to a country and you do what you're going to do. This is how rich men, rich white men, whom everyone likes to compare themselves to, this is how they've done it for years, discreetly, under the radar. They spend money in the country, not just on extracurricular activities. And yet, out of the 33 bodies found, 12 of those bodies were Americans. And this is terrible. I mean, I wish I could say I felt terrible about it, but, what did you expect when you go to a country and you flash your money? You lead with your money, and in the end, people take your money. They unalive you for your money. They rob you for your money. They drug you for your money. Now, there is no place really that you should flash your money. That is really, even here in the States, where you should lead with your money and be indiscreet about yourself. But passport bros have made themselves well known, renowned, notorious. I think it all started, well, with Austin Holloman and his fiasco in Brazil. And I know you all still watch that video where he was kicked out of Brazil by an army of feminists and the government. And as far as I can tell, they're still doing it. Brazil is still doing the investigation on Austin Holloman. He's not even allowed to come back uh, into that side of the world. And as a result, Austin Holloman's name was dragged through the mud. So much so that he got up on a live one day. It was funny, and decided that he was going to disassociate himself from the word passport bros and from being a passport bro. Although his message did not change, but he was no longer affiliated or associated with the passport bros. To submit the deal, he decided that he was going to remove his tattoo. I didn't even, I don't really care, but I just happened to watch the live and had a field day laughing at his proposed plan to remove the passport bros tattoo. He had that tattooed on his arm or leg or something. I don't remember which. And he went on to say that the reason he was disassociating himself from passport bros, and this is at the time, early last year or late year before last, whatever, is that a lot of the people, uh, these men he was traveling with, or whatever, they had no home training. They came into the countries disrespectful. They're talking about the government. They're shading the people. They're pounding their chest, talking about red pill talking points. And a lot of the locals, like a lot of people kind of thought they were crazy. And Austin was saying how their behavior gave all the passport bros a bad name. Now, I'm not saying that this is the case in Colombia, where unfortunately these men are being drugged, unalived, uh, and it's just and being kidnapped. I mean, this is tragic. This is the worst possible outcome to the situation. But I wasn't surprised because, again, going to these countries, leading with your money, uh, publicly announcing that you have money and this is what you're going to do. Women would be grateful for $100 and disrespectful and your attitude, your actions, your behavior. Something unfortunate was going to happen to you. My whole conjecture on it was that you were most likely going to get robbed. Unfortunately, well, no, that's not true. I did say you might possibly come out unalived, and this is what's been happening. So, this article by the BBC is talking about a series of mysterious deaths involving this one man here in Colombia has linked to dating apps. Relatives of those unalived are now searching for answers. Well, the answers are simple. You're being set up. Um, Tu Zhang, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly, loved coming back to Colombia. He talked about the high spirited people just enjoying life, his brother Jean told BBC News. He even picked up Spanish. It never ever crossed his mind that he would end up in a tragic incident this way. No, because you all, and a lot of travelers, seasoned travelers understand. Like you have to be cautious. You have to You have to be understated. You can't be flashy. You understand, traveling. You understand the environment. You respect the people. You respect the culture. You don't flash your cash around and then expect people not to notice that you're doing this. I was watching a young man who posted his harrowing escape from a gang in Colombia, in which he was really overpaying people, like, and he thought he was being generous, like, I'm showing respect. She asked for 25, I gave her 40, that kind of thing. And I remember just cringing a little bit because, that even here in the United States, that is an open invitation to please come rob me. I have plenty of money to give away. You can't do that. That's not America. That's not your country. The gestures that we appreciate here may be seen as something different over there. But anywho, Tuger, 50, was Hmong American community activist and comedian from Minnesota. Prior to his most recent trip to Medellin, he had been speaking to a woman online. Now they know you. They know why you're there. I wonder, do you all take tours and learn about the country? Or did you just go there and ask for activities? Because when look at people, and I don't really pay attention, just to be honest, do you all like care about the country at all? It doesn't seem as though you do. You're constantly filming yourself with women. But anyway, a few weeks into his 2 hour or his 2 month visit in December, he called his brother and asked him for $2,000, but he didn't say what it was for or that anything was wrong. Um, so his brother transferred the money, and he never heard from his brother again. The next day, police found his brother's body in a remote wooded area of the city. A friend in Medellin explained that his brother had been kidnapped and held at gunpoint for the $2,000 ransom. I did not want to believe it. I didn't know if it was really happening. Ed scrambled to contact the U.S. Embassy, who confirmed it was his brother's body. Colombian police this week arrested a woman and two men linked to his death, charging them with kidnapping. And you know the rest. It was clear that he met this woman through a dating app. And this is the very interesting thing. You know, the U.S. Embassy put out this warning, right? Um, uh, about risk of using these dating apps. All 8 victims. Wait a minute. What did I skip here? All right. I didn't. So it's not clear whether he first met the woman through a dating app or through friends. Most likely a dating app. Because, again, these men make it very clear why they're in the country. Um, so his death is one of 8. The U.S. Embassy put out a warning about using dating apps. Wink, wink. All 8 victims were American who died under suspicious circumstances in November and December. You know what bothers me about this whole thing, these reports, because I think it was over 32 people. Yes, in the first 10 months of 2023, Medellin's Tourism Observatory had already recorded 32 violent unalivings of foreigners in the city, including at least 12 Americans and 3 from the United Kingdom, a 40% increase from the previous year. Now, you know what bothers me though, is how dismissive the passport bros are about this danger. Oh, they said it happens all the time. This is nothing new. You're all trying to make a big deal out of it. It is a big deal. It is. Because you're not winning. You're not winning. They only see you as a bag. You were complaining about that very thing here in the United States. And you go over to another country just to be seen as a bag and just to be unalived or robbed or drugged. And they're, you know, I don't know what was the name of that woman. She said to black women, "You will never compare to these to the passport bros, to those friendly, fit, and feminine foreign women." No, we won't compare to them. All we asked for was a decent dinner. And these men are getting dinner and drugged, robbed, and unalived to boot. Ugh. I just want to read this one part here. It says the embassy says several of these cases began with the dating app used to lure victims, part of a concerning increase in people who end up being drugged, robbed, and even unalived by their Colombian dates. Neither Tinder nor Bumble, both popular in the city, would comment. I wouldn't comment either. This is not funny. This is not funny. But you know what? It's a very good, not good. Let me rephrase that. It's clear to see that the problem with men is not women. Anyways, that's all I want to say about that for today. Until next time, bye bye.